Ep.1.
We are so excited in Las Vegas today. This is actually our first program for manifesting your dreams. And I'm very happy today. I have an outstanding guest. Jeff is a friend of mine. You get to meet him in a little bit. Really great things happening with our program. And what we want to do, we are going to be helping anybody that wants to manifest their dreams, giving them the tools, the strategies, the inspiration, making things happen. And the way that we're going to do it every week, from now on, we're going to be covering a chapter. Some of you have read this book, some of you may have heard it, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And the first chapter, or even the introduction, is about thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. And if you have any dream, if you have anything you like to accomplish in your life, to manifest, you have to start with an idea, right? Everything that was ever created started with an idea. So I had this idea, and then Jeff showed up. I mean, he actually doesn't even live in Las Vegas. He's here on a little vacation. But we met about 10 years ago. We were part of the fire team for Tony Robbins. We were actually helping build the fire that thousands of people walk the fire walk. And he's visiting here in town, and I couldn't have chosen a better guest than Jeff for our pilot program here. So Jeff, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell our viewers a little bit about you, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. A little bit about me. My name is Jeff Lobeck, and I am from Chandler, Arizona, originally North Dakota. In 2003, we moved to Chandler. When I say we, my wife Stephanie, we've been married for 26 years. We have two boys, Alex and Zach. Alex is 22, just graduated from college last spring from NDSU, and Zachary's a junior in high school. And we got to, about 11 years ago, Stephanie and I life was just kind of we were just living life. We were just roommates. We were just like, we wanted more out of it. And something happened where we had some free time. And I had been listening to Tony Robbins' cassettes, CDs for years. And I wanted to go to him live one time in my life. And so Steph and I chose to go to Tony back in March of 07 in the East Coast. And like they say, the rest is history. My life and our family's life changed from that moment on. We started to implement and started to take these tools from books like Think and Grow Rich, and also seminars of Tony's and other seminars, and all of a sudden we started to apply them back into our lives, and that's exactly what happened. We started to apply them, and as we applied them in our lives, we started to change. My wife and I that were roommates, we felt like we were back into our honeymoon stages. We were able to start having better communications with our kids, and with that, we started to contribute our time back into organizations like the fire team, and then you meet people like Pablo. Pablo and I just started to hit it off. We had conversations, and 10 years later, we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the key is like everything starts with an idea, right? Everything starts with an idea. And so many times we talk to people, and number one, they don't know what they want, right? People say like, I like my life to be different, right? I like to make more money. I like to have a different job. I like to have a different relationship, but they don't know exactly what they want. And the first thing that you want to do is start by defining exactly what you want to create, right? So we're gonna encourage you over the next 7 days, start putting those things. And if you don't have it, get a journal. You don't have to buy an expensive journal. You can get like this is a 99-cent book that actually put pictures on it, and it's like a walking dream board, if you will. But get a journal, so when you have ideas, you write them down, because how many times we have an idea, right? And it's, oh my God, what a great idea, and we don't write it down, and then 2 hours later, I'm trying to tell somebody what happened, and I can't remember that thought, right? Mm-hmm. So put it in paper. So start thinking, what would your ideal life be, right? Your relationships, what do you do on a daily basis? Health-wise, start thinking what it will be. And the second thing that people do wrong is they think about what they don't want, right? I don't want to live like this. I don't want to be with this lady or this man or whatever. I don't like this job. So our thoughts are creative, and every single thought we have, it's actually putting energy in the universe, is creating it. So if we keep repeating what we don't want, guess what we are creating? More of what we don't want, right? So Jeff is, some of you know my story, how I released over 50 pounds of weight that I was carrying around, and Jeff actually helped me with that. Because the next thing you want to do is when you decide what you want to find somebody that already has it and then model that person, right? And when I look at Jeff, he always been in good shape. He exercises every day, and I wasn't. So I look up to him, and he was actually my accountability partner through that process where I released that weight. And something that I really like and admire about Jeff is the way he handles his family. He has a beautiful wife, a wonderful relationship with her, 2 kids that are amazing. And one of them is actually quite a manifester, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about that on the next segment. So you don't want to miss the next segment because Zach is quite, you were telling me some stories, amazing about wanting desiring something, right? And actually making it happen. But why don't you tell us a little bit about relationships? So what are a couple of takeaways that you learned that is really working in your life that maybe can help some of our viewers?
Okay. What I'll do is I'm just going to share my intimate relationship with my wife Stephanie and with my 2 boys. What we try to do is kind of like with Facebook, we try to we want to have as many friends as we possibly can, and I think it's the quality of your relationships, not the quantity of them. And I had learned this a couple of years back. I went to a boot camp, and one of the things that I do on a daily basis, and what they call it daily deposits. And what daily deposits are is you take 2-3 of your closest relationships, your spouse, your kids, your nephew, your niece, a really good friend, and what you do is on a daily basis you send them a message. And typically today the way we get messages sent to most people is through texting, and that's what I do. I use the technology of today to help me keep in contact with my kids and with my wife. And through this daily deposit, the daily deposit it's a quick message to them of something that you love, appreciate, and honor in them, or one of the 3. And so I just send a quick message off to them. I'll send a message off to Alex or Zach, and I'll just say, you know what? We had a conversation yesterday. I'm so proud of you for how you're standing up for yourself. I love the way you're coming into being, this young man. You're just a delight to be around. And that's all I send. I'll just send just a quick message, or just a quick message just saying, I love you. I told all 3 of them that I was going to start this about 3-4 years ago, and I didn't expect anything back in return. So the reason it's called daily deposits is because we're depositing information into our relationships, that something that we love, we honor, and we appreciate in them. So if you do this on a daily basis, just like if every day you walk to the bank and you put $10 in, you put $10 into the bank every day, and in 30 days you got $300. So a month from now you need to go pull some money out. It's easy. It's easy to take a withdrawal. So in our days and with our relationships, all days aren't perfect. So I might have a day where I'm just having a crappy day, and one of the kids comes in, or Stephanie comes in, and I kind of I get mad at them. I'm not the right time. I can't talk to you, and I kind of I'm mean to them, and they walk away, and they're like, Dad was being an asshole today. But they'll say, you know what? With the daily deposits, I know that that's not the kind of person that he is. So this is just a little tool that takes me 3 minutes a day. I take about a minute per person. I send a message off to them, something that they absolutely love. And I know I was driving over to California with Zach about 2 months ago, and we were talking about it. And he goes, one of the things that I love is the daily deposits. He goes, I don't always send you messages back, but he goes, I look forward to them.
Wow.
So it's really kind of interesting to see the other side of it too. But it doesn't take much time. And here what you're doing is you're keeping this relationship built up, things that really matter to you, and you're not taking them for granted.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic. And thank you for sharing that, and thank you for doing that, because that's quite an example that should inspire a lot of people. And when you're manifesting your dreams, one of the things that make a huge difference are small actions, little things that you do, but you do it repeatedly, daily habits, because your life is not going to change unless something that you do daily changes, right? And there's so many things that are easy to do, like sending a little text with something of value, like you're saying, but it's also so easy not to do, right? Because so many times people might say, like, I'm going to do that, and then, oh, I can do that later, right? Or I'll do it tomorrow, right? Then a week goes by, right? So one of the things that if you're journaling right now, you may want to take a note, what things can you do that are simple, but if you do it consistently on a daily basis, it could make a huge difference in your life. Because I think the average in the US, the average time that the parents talk with their kids is under 15 minutes a day. I mean, that's kind of like the average. And those 15 minutes, that doesn't mean there's really deep conversation or something of value there. And when I see families like yours that do a lot of things together, I was just talking to my younger brother in Buenos Aires, and he's setting up a computer system with his kids. They're spending time together to set up a computer system. A couple of days ago, he was cooking. They were cooking together, with the kids. Little things that you do with your family make a huge difference and create what we call magic moments, right? Magic moments that you want to celebrate for many years to come. So, great job. That's fantastic. Any other tip on relationships?
Yeah, just to add to that,
we're going to leave that for the next. We're going to have a break coming up, but we're going to hold that thought. Okay. We're going to cover that on the next segment. So I hope you're taking good notes, and tag a friend of yours that would like to manifest the dreams. Tag them, invite them over so they watch this program.